I will never forget the day. It was August 26, 2021. The phone rang and I picked it up, not even looking at the screen. The words I heard next changed my entire life and perspective forever. Miss Jeter, the results show invasive ductal carcinoma with metastasis to lymph node, or what's commonly known as breast cancer. I knew after my 30-minute breakdown that I had to dig deeper to get through this. This is when I discovered my growth factor. Hi, I'm Jacqueline Jeter. I'm a transformational growth strategist and leadership expert, affectionately known as the leadership landscaper. And I'm the visionary of Grow, Lead, and Prosper, where we assist individuals and organizations to identify the weeds that choke out effective communication and productivity and equip them with the tools and resources to become high achieving and high performing. Now, also a scientist by career. Yes, 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 the Black excellence is heavy over here. So, just what if I told you that your ability to grow as a leader is just like the way our bodies grow and repair? Just as biological growth factors drive cell regeneration, leadership growth factors determine whether we thrive or remain stagnant. Now, I really like definitions, so I'm going to give you a couple. The scientific definition of a growth factor is in biology is that growth factors are naturally occurring substances such as proteins or hormones that stimulate cell growth, proliferation, healing, and differentiation. They play a crucial role in the body's ability to regenerate tissue and adapt to new conditions. Now, the leadership definition of a growth factor is a growth factor is a principle, mindset, or behavior that accelerates the leader's ability to inspire, develop, and transform themselves first and others. And this is what I had to discover during my breast cancer journey. If you want to lead effectively and grow continuously, you need the right conditions, the right growth factors. I'd like to share with you 3 key leadership growth factors that were essential to me and are essential for personal and professional success, and that were critical to be not just being only a survivor, but a thriver. The first growth factor is self-awareness, the foundation for growth. And so why does self-awareness even matter? Just as biological growth factors regulate cell development, self-awareness regulates a leader's effectiveness. Without self-awareness, leaders operate blindly, making decisions based on assumptions rather than reality. Self-awareness means recognizing your strengths, those blind spots, and emotional triggers. We all have them. You're not alone. Think about this. Howard Schultz, the former CEO of Starbucks, grew up in a working class family and despite his successes remained deeply aware of the financial struggles of his employees. So his self-awareness led to Starbucks providing healthcare benefits for part-time employees. And that was a very rare move in corporate America. And so self-aware leaders make decisions that reflect their values and understand their impact on others. I had to become self-aware that I was going through a major change, not just physically, but some mental and emotional things were coming. So I had to prepare my environment. John Maxwell talks about the law of the environment. I had to prepare the environment of my mind, my heart, my physical environment to be able to adapt to those particular changes that were coming. So I also like to, in addition to definitions, give you a call to action. And your call to action for this growth factor is this week, take 5 minutes, just 5, at the end of each day to reflect. What did I do well? What can I improve? Because the more you understand yourself, the better leader you will become. Now, the second growth factor that was critical to me with conquering breast cancer is, I kind of gave it away a few minutes ago, it's adaptability, which is the catalyst for evolution. See, I could have stayed in that moment of why me, God? Why? I'm a good person. Why is this happening to me? Pick somebody else who's mean. But of course, if I didn't adapt and shift my mindset, I'd be forever in the corner, rocking back and forth, wearing a jacket that fastens in the back. In nature, growth factors help cells adapt to new environments. And guess what? Leaders must do the same. Adaptability is the ability to pivot when circumstances change while maintaining clarity and vision. Think about this. During the unexpected crisis of the pandemic or any other crisis that happens to you, leaders who thrived were the ones who adapted quickly, whether by embracing remote work or rethinking business models. Now, on this journey, I had to make some key decisions right at that time. I had to adapt to knowing and understanding and accepting some of the things that I used to do, like work it out every day at a certain intensity and exertion level. I was not going to be able to do that during this journey while I was taking chemo. I had to adapt my mind and my physical body to know that there are things I wouldn't be able to do now. Walking up the stairs were difficult. So I had to adapt to taking one step at a time instead of just running on up them, right? I had to position myself for success. See, it's okay to accept what's going on in your life because you have to adapt to it no matter what your challenge is. No matter what you're facing, you're going to have to make some adaptations in your life to be able to get to the next step of success. Here's another example for you. Kodak and Netflix. Kodak, some of you may never even heard of Kodak, but Kodak failed to adapt to digital photography. And despite inventing the very first digital camera, they were trailblazers, but they did not adapt, so they became extinct. Leadership was resistant to change, and the company just went away. Now, Netflix, however, pivoted from DVD rentals to streaming and later became a content creating powerhouse. Netflix and chill, right? If they hadn't adapted, we'd be chilling with something else or by ourselves. So remember this, leaders like you and I must be open to change, embrace innovation, and rethink their approach when circumstances shift. And when those circumstances shifted in my life due to breast cancer, I had to do some adapting. So your call to action for this growth factor is this. This week, challenge yourself to say yes to something new, whether it's a new idea, technology, or a way of thinking, because adaptability is a muscle that grows with practice. Best leaders don't fear change, they leverage it for growth. Now, this third growth factor is really powerful. It is empowerment, multiplying growth in others. And you're probably wondering, how does this breast cancer journey of yours factor into empowerment? How did you multiply growth in someone else while you were going through this staring death in the face type situation? Well, what I did is I walked authentically in what was going on with me. I just walked through the journey. I'm a woman of faith, so I leaned on my faith a lot. And I shared it. I shared the things that I went through and how God was empowering me. I had to get through that moment. That's how I got through day to day, by reading, by staying focused, by keeping a growth mindset. And because of that, others saw what I was doing in the midst of what I was going through. And they were like, if you can do that in the midst of cancer, then I can do this in the midst of whatever I'm going through. So whatever you're going through, whether it be a divorce or whether it be a financial situation, or you have a child that's not really in alignment with your teachings, no matter what it is, just do it and walk with integrity and walk with authenticity, because somebody is always watching. You can best believe that. And when they see you going through your way, you go through whatever you're going through, then they're empowered. You multiply others. You are empowering somebody else. Some people you may not ever know. I had people to reach out to me and say, that post you just made me think, that make me put things in perspective, make me think that what I'm going through is just, I can get through it. And so that's why it's important. Growth factors don't just benefit one cell, they stimulate the growth of others. Empowerment is about creating an environment where others can thrive, innovate, and take ownership. Think about Oprah Winfrey. She invested in mentorship and created opportunities for others to lead. She didn't just build a media empire. She mentored and empowered others such as Ilyana Van Zandt and countless others. So you know what's coming next, right? Your call to action. I want you to identify one person this week who you can mentor, support, or trust with a new opportunity. Remember, leaders don't just build success, they build successors. Now, we've just gone through three key growth factors that I use in conquering breast cancer, but that you can use in conquering and navigating any challenge that you have. Just as our bodies need growth factors to repair and thrive, leadership requires intentional growth factors to develop resilience, adaptability, and impact. Self-awareness, remember, is the first one, the foundation for authentic leadership. The second growth factor was adaptability, the key to thriving in change. And the third is empowerment, the ultimate multiplier of leadership impact. Now, have you been writing down your call to actions? Put a 1 in the chat if you've gotten all your call to actions already written down, because I'm getting ready to give you one last one. Okay, go ahead. So you ready? So which of these growth factors do you need to cultivate more in your leadership journey? Pick one of them to focus on this week, whether it's reflecting on your self-awareness, saying yes to a new challenge, or empowering someone else. I guarantee you, it'll take your leadership to a new level, because a growth factor is essential, not just to our physical body, but to our leadership escalation. So I have a question for you. If this message resonated with you at all, imagine this. What could happen if you dedicated 8 weeks to mastering these growth factors? I invite you to join my exclusive 8-week leadership masterclass. It's called the Leadership Growth Incubator, where we'll dive deeper into self-awareness, deeper into adaptability, and deeper into empowerment, giving you the tools and strategies to level up your leadership. Here's some of what you'll get in this growth incubator. You'll get personalized self-awareness assessments that help you identify any blind spots and leadership strengths. You'll have adaptability training, which you'll learn how to lead confidently and uncertainty and embrace change. You'll have empowerment strategies where you can develop high-impact leadership skills that inspire and elevate your team. Weekly live sessions and Q&A will get direct coaching and support from me and some of my super friends, where you'll be able to apply these growth factors in real time. And you'll have accountability and a community where you'll surround yourself with like-minded leaders committed to growth. Now there's a bonus. The first 5 of you that sign up before the end of this, meaning by the 22nd of February, you'll receive a one-on-one leadership coaching session to accelerate your progress. If you take action today. So if you're ready to become more self-aware, more adaptable, and more empowering leader, join my Leadership Growth Incubator. I'm telling you, it is going to be so amazing. And people aren't going to recognize you. They're going to be like, oh my God, you are the consummate leader. You've grown so much as a leader in such a short period of time. And you can tell, yeah, I was in Jacqueline Jeter's Growth Incubator. So if you're ready to grow, let's go. DM me. You can get to me at Jacqueline Jeter on Facebook, or you can go to the link bit.ly/growth incubator. bit.ly/growth incubator to secure your spot. So I'll leave with this. Growth is never by mere chance. It is the result of forces working together. Growth is never by mere chance. It is the result of forces working together. And those forces in this case are your growth factors. So if you're ready truly to have more awareness, be more adaptable, and to be more empowering, I'll see your face in the place. And I want to tell you this, the revolution will not be televised, but will be realized when you show up for the incubator. So let's get growing. See you soon.